Let's cue it. Breaking news, Dallas, you're on for it. The Boston Red Sox are in the works to acquire Erik Crochet.
Let's go.
Jeff Passan
Let's
said
go.
Finalizing a trade. They're in the medical phase of the deal.
This is
not official.
This is exactly, Scotty, this is what I said yesterday on our podcast, Baseball is Dead. Check it out. Download, subscribe, leave a comment.
Yes, please.
I said Erik Crochet. The reason I said Erik Crochet was an opportunity for the Red Sox was the same reason I had pinpointed the Orioles as a landing spot for Erik Crochet. Maybe giving this front office an opportunity to softly land with an individual who wants to be extended. The guy wants to perform, and the track record speaks for itself. This dude is an elite strikeout pitcher. He is a dominator. So when he's right, when he's healthy, you have a pretty good idea of what you're going to get. Now, it's a matter of him being healthy, but it's a matter of him saying, lock me up and I'll give you everything I got. And the Red Sox, I think, were in a position where it looks like they were not quite ready to commit the dollars to a Max Fried. They weren't quite ready to commit the dollars maybe to a Corbin Burns. So a Erik Crochet is an opportunity for them to land a guy, to then extend a guy. And I think it could sort of keep the Wolves at the door. Maybe the Wolves aren't scratching. I don't know that they've left, but the Wolves aren't scratching at the door once they're able to land Crochet.
I'll give you another detail here as it's coming through. So there's Passan reporting it first, but Julian Mack, who covers the team, Dallas, said the deal does include one of their top prospects, catcher Kyle Teal. He said none of the other big name prospects. Obviously, I'm sure there's other players going towards the White Sox. I wouldn't be surprised if Wilyer Abreu is included because I know they're looking for some position players, and I felt like that was a guy that they were into, but we'll find out soon. But Teal's in there. So what do you think about the early returns here? And some Red Sox fans were really getting a little into prospect hugging, but the good news is they've got 4 pretty high-end prospects. So if this costs 1, this creates a pitcher with number 1 upside, which we saw last year, who costs basically nothing in starting pitching terms. That's John Henry's dream, isn't it?
This is that, and that is precisely, Scotty, why I thought that this was going to be a potential move for the Red Sox to make for everything that we're talking about here right now. And I know when you talk about prospect hugging, I know that there's a desire to try to keep a group together because you want to move a core along together. And there's a lot of different reasons, not again, from a player perspective. I think about growing with my boys, growing with the teammates and establishing something and how much that means from a fiscal perspective and a control perspective. I think there's some value in having these guys together and being able to sort of control how that plays out. But ultimately, you're right. You're going to have to part ways. That's why these are resources ultimately. And that's why we know prospects to be commodities. And when we talk about the draft and how much value is applied per organization to a draft slot, we know that there's slot value, but we also know that organizations value draft picks differently. And so with that being said, you have to be ready to part ways with this. And that's where growing talent on the farm comes into play. You want to be able to take your produce to market and be proud of it and show it off and have somebody say, I want that. And look what it can land you. It can land you a frontline starter who you now have the opportunity, should all things go well medically, to potentially extend, which I think we can all assume is a safe bet and would then give Craig Breslow and this Boston Red Sox front office their sort of first taste of getting into the weeds on these big free agents, maybe missing out on them. But what I have heard call panic pivots, I don't know that this is a panic overpay because it's a trade, but we'll see just what they're willing to part ways with and what else comes along outside of Kyle Teal.
Who got the better spot, Fried or Crochet?
Ooh, man. I mean, is
Fried,
it hard
because he got paid? Fried, because he got $218 million. That's all.
Well,
that's how I tell you who got the better spot right now.
And look,
Fried.
Well, it's not only because of the $218 million, AJ, but I think if you're talking about a team that is like on the surface, out of these two clubs, who's willing to write the check again if they have to? Who's willing to make the move? It feels like the Yankees are willing to make the move. It feels like the Yankees would be more in line, and as of signing Max Fried, are probably better positioned to compete in the division. And if you're willing to spend the money, which it looks like they are, and the Red Sox are not, then you have to think the Yankees, because I'm looking to compete. I'm going to need teammates to do that. There's only one out of the two teams here that have shown the willingness to provide teammates, and it ain't the Sox.
Boom. There you go. All right, Dallas, on your way out, give us one more plug on the pod where people can catch you right now.
Catch us over on Underdog. That's right, Underdog Fantasy. You can catch Baseball is Dead. Baseball is Dead. Myself, Jared Carrabas, Justin Havens. We've got Joey. We've got Jake. Come check us out 3 days a week. That's us right there. Boom. Holler at us. Check us out on YouTube as well.
And this topic is right up the alley of that show, of course. So
especially with Jared.
Yeah. That is.
Yeah, he's Jared. Yeah. Shout out to my boy
happy.
Jared right now, who is he's wandering the streets of the happiest place on earth in Florida right now, yelling at somebody with a large set of ears, going, "Crochet! Crochet! We weren't out on birds. We didn't get freed." So shout out to Jared. Eat a churro. Enjoy the teacup ride. You'll be fine.
If we walk outside my house here, Dallas, we might be able to hear him because Disney is not far from where we're at right now.
Yeah, we're close.
It is right there, right across the lake. You can see Disney, so it ain't that far. So maybe if I walk out there, if it wasn't pouring right now, so if he's yelling into his poncho right now, okay? Because it's absolutely pouring here.
Time out. It's pouring while Jared
pouring.
is
Yes, it's absolutely pouring right now.
He's
so he's going like this. In the rain, he's like singing in the rain out there, running around. Yeah,
he's Shawshanking right now. Like, TV doesn't even cost anything. We're all
he is taking every one of those raindrops like the platoon.
Dallas, I just want to say good luck, man. I hope you do end up going back with the A's, because you are like Mr. A, and if it doesn't mean having to move your family and everything, I mean, it's important for them to find broadcasters and have them, like Ray Fosse was there forever, and you've kind of taken over for Ray. So I hope it works out for you to be able to stay with the A's for the long haul.
AJ, I genuinely appreciate that, man. It means a lot coming from you, brother. I know you know what it's like to go through stuff like that. So that means a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Dallas. You're the man. Thanks for joining us. We'll have you back, all right?
Anytime. Thanks for having me, boys. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too. You're the man. Thank you, Dallas. All right. We're back. Let's keep talking about Crochet for a bit, okay? We got a few minutes here, your reactions, and I can give you more to the trade. Here's Ken on what they're acquiring. Top catching prospect, Kyle Teal. Outfielder, Braden Montgomery. Infielder, Chase Midroth. Right-hander, Wickelman Gonzalez.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, you want to read these? Is this my job still?
I mean, it is your job.
All right. Well, ready? Kyle Teal, Braden Montgomery, who I know both those.
Braden Montgomery.
And
Wasn't he the guy who blew his leg out in the College World Series last year?
Who, Braden?
Braden Montgomery. Yeah, he was the guy who TX A&M guy, right?
You mean his ankle and couldn't play?
Yeah, and he was trying to score from third and hurt his leg.
Like a sixth pick or whatever?
Yeah, he was a pretty high draft pick.
Or no, sixth pick was Christian.
Yeah, it was Stanford, A&M. Yeah, okay, good. All right, no Meyer, no Anthony, no... I mean, this
but they got one of the big four. They got Kyle Teal. So
I love that for the White Sox.
For the White Sox,
Kyle Teal, that's a great piece, but I would have liked to have seen for Crochet I would have liked to have seen a Meyer and Anthony. What's the other guy?
They got two good position players, Montgomery and Teal.
Montgomery is a high draft pick, and he's got a chance to be special. So yeah, I mean, I like this haul. Campbell is the other one. Sorry, but I would have liked to have seen him get one of their top three. I mean,
but Teal could be. Teal is in their top three.
Oh,
yes,
Meyer,
he is.
No, Anthony and Campbell are their
Most
top
people
three.
have Meyer 4 right now.
So he's fallen from 1 to 4?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Listen, I hope this works out. Montgomery, the 12th overall pick this year. Stanford, Texas A&M. Hope it works out. And the other guys, I since you butchered their names, Scott, I don't know who they are. But
Okay. First off, so Baseball America right now, does have Roman Anthony 1, Christian Campbell 2, Marcelo Meyer is 3, Kyle Teal is 4 for them. So they got number 4 according to our trusty source, Baseball America. Go check out Hot Sheet next week. We'll be all over this. Braden Montgomery is number 6. It's a great arm. This is a guy who could be a really good ball player in the bigs. I mean, the White Sox are looking to fill up a roster. They have next to nothing right now. It's bare bones. So catcher of the future for them.
Yeah, 100%.
In Kyle Teal.
But they also have Edgar Kiro.
That's great.
So they have 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you need.
Plus Montgomery, plus Meadroth, who is number 8. I mean, they got 3 of their top 10.
Okay.
And then the dude who I butchered the name.
He's the one that's not in the top 10?
He's not in the top 10.
What's his name?
Wilco.
I can get the larger list. Hold on. He's number 16. I mean, these are high-ranked prospects. In the Red Sox farm system is top 5.
Yeah, it's high. Listen, I hope it works out. And for both teams, let's not forget, Chris Sale was traded to the Red Sox for Kopech and Yoan Moncada and some other guys, and
who cares?
You just never know with prospects.
Yeah, you got Sale, and
they got Sale, got a World Series, Sale, and then so the White Sox got nothing out of that. Right?
And
not nothing, but they didn't get a World Series like they thought. Everyone thought Kopech, Moncada were going to be pieces that got them to the World Series.
You Red Sox fans, you know who you are right now. There were many of you that replied to some things we did and talked about, and there were many of you that replied to certain articles out on good publications, and you talked a lot of crap about Garrett Crochet. And I know what you're doing right now. You're going to those comments and you're deleting them, but I already saw them when we talked about it. You know who you are. You said Crochet wasn't worth it. It was only one good year. He's had an injury history. He's not an ace. You know who you are, because you're going to be sitting in seats rooting for him to thrive. So you're ridiculous. You're delirious. As we talked about the other day, they gave up a lot of prospects, and good for them. This pitcher costs nothing. This is what your owner's obsessed with. If your team's not going to spend at the top of the market for a player, then you're going to get a player that in free agency right now would have gotten at least $150 million, maybe more. I'm telling you, that would have been the price for a guy that's in his, mid-20s, who pitches like a 1. That's the cost, at least. So good for the Red Sox here. And Mike Elias is like, what am I doing, Baltimore?
But now
Burns is too expensive.
Do we really see Corbin Burns going back to Baltimore? That's the question. Do we really see that?
He's getting $240. Is he going to Baltimore for $240? $250, Kratz?
257. I'm sticking with my number.
Okay, where's he going? San Francisco?
Man, I don't see how it's not San Francisco. I feel like San Francisco's just plugging their next good pitcher in. Buster Posey knows what good pitching does, and I know he likes Corbin Burns. That's it. I don't see the Orioles. I don't see the Orioles doing it.
I don't either. What about the Red Sox?
That would
What do
be
you mean?
awesome.
What else are they going to do?
Get Crochet.
What if they go get Crochet and Burns?
No. Teo.
Too much? They haven't spent any money yet. Like, this is
That's
an
what I'm
amazing
saying.
move. They haven't spent any money yet.
This enables them to still spend money, but not that much money. I want to spend money, but not that much.
Crochet has 2 more years, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. FT fam,